understand what's happening in San Francisco in 1906, you have to understand a couple things. The first thing is that Chinese students in San Francisco had been completely banned from receiving education by the school board from 1880 until 1895. And in 1895, they were forced to begin giving Chinese students a basic education, but they did so under the agreement that they would be giving them separate education. But the Japanese students were allowed to be in with the white students for years. And then in 1906, that changed. The reason it changed had to do with the San Francisco earthquake that destroyed so many of the schools. And they rebuilt the school that had housed the Chinese students. But a bunch of the Chinese families had left after the earthquake. So suddenly they had room for the Japanese students at the Chinese school. And so they were like, you know what? Actually, we're going to take the Chinese or Japanese students and move them to the Chinese school. But there was this second piece happening, which is a group called the Asiatic Exclusion League. And the Asiatic Exclusion League had decided that they were going to work to undermine Japanese presence in San Francisco. And they decided to do that by aiming specifically at the school board and using the public school education system as kind of the initial place. And San Francisco takes the bait and decides that they're going to put Japanese students back in this Chinese school. And Japanese parents lose their minds because they want their kids to receive equal education, and they're being told, actually, you have to go over to the Asian school. This is October 11th of 1906 that the school board finally acquiesces and says, actually, we're just going to not let Japanese students attend the school. And Theodore Roosevelt is involved within a couple of weeks because this becomes kind of an international relations problem. And what ends up happening is what's called the Gentleman's Agreement. It's not a treaty. It is truly just an agreement that was made at the White House to do this thing that they were going to implement with no congressional approval. We will let Japanese students attend school and participate in full society, and Japan will stop sending over laborers. So Japan was creating the visas for their laborers to come over to the United States, and Japan agreed that if the people who were already in the United States were treated with dignity, that they would stop sending new laborers over.